Hello and welcome back to Canadian Disc Golf Productions coverage of the Diameter Open in Guelph. This is your round one back nine coverage. I am Galen Naidu-Harris, joined in the booth by...
Andrew Leyland. What's up?
Nothing. Just hanging, doing some disc golf commentary. And we got to shout our sponsors out again. Chainlink Disc Golf, Chickadee, just going to preempt them because I knew it was coming, DNA, and Royal City. Honestly, the thing that doesn't get enough credit sometimes that brings tournaments together is awesome sponsors, so appreciate you guys making this happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, adding to the pro pot and the players, bag for the tournament, so that's awesome.
Yeah, you always see, TDs getting shouted out, and volunteers, as they should, but thanks also to the sponsors. Andrew back with the finger guns.
What do you think Cam's doing? He's doing a little dance.
I don't know.
And
if you look at Greg looks like he's about to draw 2 6-shooters too. Like he's got like that lanky cowboy stance.
Gotta tuck those in the pocket.
Yeah, and Chris is just happy to be here.
Yeah,
that was me when last time I did one of these player intros. I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna smile.
I've thought about it for a long time, and that's what I did at the moment.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So hole 10, short. 250 uphill, tight gap out of the tee pad area here.
Yeah, and there's sort of that double gap. It's nowhere near as big on the second gap there, but like tight to start, and then just when you think you've gotten through, there are still some trees you got to contend with sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So Chris with the pad, and going birdie there, and just a bit of short left. It's not quite the Cam's going about this exact same spot.
It seems pretty simple. I mean, I don't see any reason to throw anything except a straight backhand here, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, no, you're right with that one. Putter mid.
Yep.
Kind of coming out of these bus here. And third identical shot.
Yeah, just all coming out a little early, but
I think I'm telling these guys, okay, I'm going to be different here, guys.
What do you got there? Looks like a Praxis, maybe?
That's a Sensei.
Yeah. Which sort of like straight 3-speed throwing putter, I'm guessing, something like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
A little bit more stable than a Praxis.
Okay.
If you're familiar with that.
Yeah. That's my sort of straight to flippy throwing putter.
Mm-hmm.
It was my just straight throwing putter, and then the ones that I've had have started to season in, and I'm growing attached to them, so now they're my flippy ones.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And Greg with the smart sort of punch out layup. Don't want to push it too hard from back there and leave yourself too much work for the par putt. Cam gives it an honest run.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Polecat.
That was a good bid.
I think I don't know if that's Felix or he names them.
He's named his polecats?
Yeah.
That's funny. Felix, what's the other one called?
It's another cat. I forget. Cam, you're going to have to let us know.
Are they named after like his cats or like famous cats that are in media that I'm not aware of, or
so just like the
or just those are the names he likes?
The stock pole stamp, the polecat stamp was a cat.
Nice part.
And then it's I think he got like an Egyptian looking cat.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty cool stamp. I forget who did the stamp, but yeah, it's like a custom one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a name for that. So.
I might have to start naming my putters.
Yeah,
I like it.
Treat them like the putter they're deserving to be treated.
Yeah. Shaking his head, but still takes down the 3. Can't be too upset, Cam. Don't be so hard on yourself.
We're kind of just laughing how we start part this one.
Yeah.
Almost.
There we go.
Almost all but done now.
And just having some trouble picking up the mini there. That's never fun. I find when I miss it, I get 2 steps down and then I have to double back.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And tapping in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, and star par.
So hole 10, those 2 short ones in a row, we're kind of thinking you need that, because then you come into some of these holes and you're looking at this.
Yeah, I didn't want to go quite so far as to say must-gets for either, but they feel like just maybe a little bit harder than a must-get,
mm-hmm.
where, you'd like to see, 2 or 3 birdies on the card there. But just running into a little trouble, and then you've got this. And it's a par 3. So enjoy. I mean, obviously it's not far enough to be a par 4, but I mean, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble with the wrong kick.
Starting off the woodsy stuff on the back nine here. Just pick a side, left or right. You can see we've got a backhand that got through.
Oh, that's right. This one has the dueling gaps.
Yes.
Oh wow! Skips up almost.
Really
little ace run there. Wow.
Really nice from Cam.
Yeah.
I think overstable mid.
Yep.
What he's doing there.
That would check out.
This, to me, the backhand does not look appealing, but it's there for these guys.
Yeah. Well, I had the same thought when I played this hole, where I felt like the forehand was the play, but everybody else threw backhand. So.
Yeah.
Hey, who am I to judge? Yeah, that's exactly what I would have. Well, what I did try and do, and I think I messed it up. But
I think it hit something on the left side there, and just didn't.
You still give yourself a look, take it off the cage.
Ooh, okay. Just needed another couple inches.
I guess Wally just wanted to torture you. Oh, if only I got that up another 3 inches, would have been in.
Reliving those moments.
Yeah. Maybe we got to think of a nickname for what a plastic playback is when it makes the player unhappy. It's not fun. Like there's the what does Jomez have? They have the
pity playback.
Pity playback is good. I like that.
Oh, they do
slow mez and the no mez, right?
Mez, yeah.
Pity playback is a solid start. I like that. Cam tap in after ace running it. Couple of birdies, couple of pars, and onwards and upwards.
Oh,
and
Wally got mad at me for picking up my putt. I tapped it out, but just off camera, so that's why I had to go do it, but not actually let go of it, because then it would be an illegal putt.
Yeah. Well, he's not in charge of us. So this is the last one that I've actually played on this course. Or actually, I might have teed off on the next hole as well, but I'm going to have to start to lean on you after a little bit.
Yeah.
This one I remember as being quite tricky. I mean, obviously not very far for a par 4 at 310, but once you get past that tree, if you get past that tree, which I was worried for a second for Cam, it just gets so tight in the woods here that it's understandable. They're giving you a little bit of extra stroke to work with there.
Yeah, I think for the distance, it's kind of it makes sense when you see the trees. You could clear some trees and call it a 3, or just leave it as is, because you could get down there for a look, and I know there were some eagles I think today, if we could shout them out, but you just got to get punched down and then scramble from there, and you should get your 3. This is looking great.
Yeah, that is. This is one where I'm thinking as a 4, it probably plays as a pretty easy 4, but will play as a pretty tricky 3.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not chopping anything down. Yeah, I think this is the shot off the tee, and I think we're only going to see, unless I've already missed it, Greg throwing a backhand. Just take something up the left gap, let it skip through, and yeah, I did miss Greg's shot, but he's in a good spot, so and I'm sure he got there throwing a backhand.
So kind of surprising though, we're not really in range for many 2s, but Caleb Frisbee getting the 2 today.
Nice. We love to see an eagle. And I'm looking at that same scorecard or scorecards, and I'm seeing lots of birdies, which is probably what I would expect. Yeah, this one, last time I played it ate me up though. I was playing in the winter, and we were doing one of those roulette rounds, and I had all of my discs stolen except for a 12-speed overstable distance driver. And it was like a 6-shooter for me. It's like not good. Just off of every tree and like slogging through the snow. Oh wow, and a good bid there.
No plastic playback?
No pity playback.
This got 12 coming in at the second easiest hole, so scoring a 3.29. Yeah, so
yeah,
the majority of the field getting that one.
Playing over par if you had it at a 3, and playing well under as a 4 makes sense. Nice putt there from Greg.
Yeah.
That's a torque. First time I'm seeing that blue Thought Space jersey. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one too. It's got the like flower of life kind of design.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
Just about taking down the star frame there. Looks like Chris had connected for his par. I was just thinking, hey, was that birdies all around? Almost.
I think I was feeling finally like good about getting a decent birdie. Yeah, soft as it is, but
Well,
I need
it feels good. Like even you don't think, oh man, stupid, that birdie was soft. You're like, no, I got a birdie.
Yeah.
Something to build off of.
It's kind of tough when you're seeing a guy going like Greg into 7 down now through 12.
Yeah.
And so, the pace is being set. We
Yeah.
can watch it live too. I know Greg's up there.
Wow, what a forehand roller from Cam.
What a rock.
And a
Everything
rock.
was placed perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great shot, and then that rock stopped him up perfectly to stay where he needed to.
It's one of those holes that I was like, I should have come here to throw and practice this hole, because this is blind going like still right now. And I was like,
yeah.
okay,
I would not want to play this blind.
just gonna throw a putter down the middle, and then
And then it went out of the middle.
doink.
Was that Sensei again?
That's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sort of like a straight, drifty putter shot.
Mm-hmm.
Chris going a little faster with his disc, it looks like. Catches the tree as well. Yeah, I can see how this hole would eat you up.
The number one thing we were kind of talking about is just forward progression. Doesn't matter how you do it, but as long as you're moving
One shot at a time.
continually,
Yeah.
making progress.
Yeah.
You should, and like it's tough from this kind of spot. That's all I had.
Oh, yeah.
Looking
Hey,
at
I mean,
that.
1,000-foot par 5 is just 5 200-foot shots. Just forward, one shot at a time.
So we had just watched the card in front of us play this hole, and while we were walking up to the tee pad, they were pointing directly 90 degrees left
Oh.
and firing out. There's a big field on the left side.
Yeah.
It's wide open, no trees. It's pretty grown in, but it's manageable. And they just all disappeared out there.
Oh,
So-
no.
We were just like watching an empty fairway for a while. But a couple of them got, I think it was sort of successful. So I just figured, this round we'll play down the middle and see what happens. And
Well, yeah, and like you're saying, like forward progression, you can't, if you don't know a hole, you can't go wrong, especially knowing you've got 4 shots to work with, just throwing a putter in a straight line and just taking a little bit off of it. It's when the trees start to take a little bit back that it gets frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Greg skipping in really nicely.
Yeah.
I think it looked like he settled too, like he didn't go too far out there.
Mm-hmm. There is a nice, pretty good hill on the left. That kind of goes down to that open area I was talking
Oh,
about.
so you don't want to take it too far then.
That's right. And you also don't want to go
Too far forward.
firing off in the
Oh.
back.
I love where your head was at there though. With that low shot, looked like you were gunning for a skip. I was like, that's perfect, and then it just kept sailing.
Yeah, it took off. There's a good view of the what we're looking at. We're kind of making our way around. Like front nine goes off one way, back nine goes the other way, around a big sports complex. Off
Settle
the distance there.
for him. I think it did.
I think he held up. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually used any of the other facilities, but Thomas Gilbert was in the area doing a clinic at some point last year. I forget when. So he was firing discs out into like the football field, and so we got a good view of the area. And it looks like there's like a nice multi-use park here, not just disc golf. Greg,
kind of
nice putt.
me behind the scenes there pitching out. Like
Oh, yes.
While they had me going the other way.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing there, so I don't advise going long there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be tapping in at 6.
Ooh. Didn't even realize the numbers had gotten that high. That's
Yeah,
not
no, they
fun.
didn't for the other guys. I think Chris might be a 5.
No, but I mean, it didn't feel like you executed anything particularly badly, just not off by like a couple of inches a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
That's no fun.
Couple kicks here and there, and
Yeah, that'll kill you. Seems like we've got, I don't know if that's some disc golfers down there or some dog walkers or what, but some interested observers. And this one's, oh no, I was going to say this one's pretty straightforward, but I guess the either the basket's further or the tee pad's further back. Because I'm used to this from the shorts being like a 300 some odd just sort of straight shot, but at 488, that is a crush to get there.
Par 4 now too. And
okay, so at a par 4, that's pretty attackable then.
Everything long grass is OB.
Oh.
With a drop zone for your first shot and a drop zone for a second shot.
So then you almost go landing zone.
Yeah. Par 4, it I think comes in quite a few. So this was kind of middle of the ground. It's still playing under, so like probably the most birdies on the whole course were on this hole, but it's if you hit this landing zone, it's a pretty easy up.
Well, it just, I mean, looking at it from here, it looks like, you want to throw something in that landing zone, throw something in the next one. If you do that, stick the island twice, you're in a great spot.
Yeah. I wasn't sure.
I know you play Bronte as well. I feel like I'd just be throwing like 14 short to yellow twice almost.
Yeah. So, if there were no OB lines or anything, I think we'd be going for it.
For sure.
And seeing what happens.
Well, that long stuff being OB, though, you don't want to...
Yeah, and it was
trifle too much with it.
People having some tough time. They're spotters, so thank you for all the volunteers and spotters that came out.
Absolutely.
This couple here was helping everybody find their discs, because it's pretty long off the sides.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Nice up. Looks pretty dicey out there, especially if you're throwing from if you're going for it, you're throwing from almost 500 feet away. It's gonna be tough to figure out exactly where your disc came to rest. Cam gives it a bit of a run and checks up nicely. Same for you. And looks like we're gonna settle on 3 birdies and a par.
Kind of a little bit of a relief from the woods here.
Yeah, it must be nice after fighting your way through to come out and throw something into a field for once.
Yeah, it felt good, wide open.
Yeah, even those shorter ones, I mean, they're still wooded enough that you're thinking about your placement and angle and everything. Here, you just get to just aim for the big circle. Okay, so hole 15 at 479 with a pond in the middle looks dodgy.
So this is like 480 down the fairway, if you know what I mean, like doglegging left to right. Yeah. But if you go right at it, I think it was coming in at about 420, 430.
Okay. So are you seeing guys attacking this then?
Yeah, so Cam for sure. He's going to try and throw it like a nice stable turning shot. And I think we had some left to right head. Great headwind, so it's going to...
So that's great for those sort of slow turners then.
Naturally do it for you.
Yeah. Greg looked like he's lining up a hyzer though.
Yeah, he's going wide just to avoid...
Yeah.
Avoid anything
straight, a little long. Oh, maybe not. No, beautiful shot. I was gonna say, look, maybe it was holding straight just a tad longer than you'd like, but that's perfect.
And you could miss it anywhere on that hill really and be okay, right? You just got to get over the water.
Sure. Yeah, I'm realizing that those willows on the right are deceptively close. Yeah, and that gets up there great as well. Yeah, so I was seeing him go past that straight and go, oh no. Just gonna keep going straight in the woods, but I'm not realizing it's probably 200 feet short of the basket.
That's a big shot up there.
Yeah.
And then Chris's play here, he's playing out to the left as a layup zone, not quite attacking.
I mean, I don't have. What would you say it is to clear the pond? I'm wondering.
Solid. It depends where exactly you're aiming, but somewhere like 350.
Okay. Yeah. So that is pretty intense. Well, I'm just thinking. I was kind of surprised that we didn't see a power forehand out of say Cam.
Yeah, I think we were feeling some headwind at the time there.
Oh, that's right. You were just talking about that. Yeah. So then you wouldn't want to be going that part of the bag
too hard into that. Yeah. Maybe even 430, a bit out of comfort range for that kind of shot.
Oh,
but yeah, I was just really needed that eagle.
Yeah,
get me going again. But yeah, hanging on around even, just floating, just trying to get down on her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, playing a course blind that's got this many technical lines in it, you know, I would be ecstatic at par. I know certainly for someone like someone of your stature, not quite so much, but you know, you can't fault anybody who's just hanging on with playing a course like this blind. Oh, Cam, he's had 2 of those now today that had just not stuck. I'm in close.
Yeah, he's had enough of those for sure.
Yeah, looks a little frustrated. I don't blame him.
It's tough.
And Greg lining up a big putt. Connects.
Got it.
Huge.
Awesome. Nice, bud.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so now I'm going to have to totally lean on you because I got no idea what's going on here.
Little shorty, left to right. Got to go low or crash high, but more open, just skip it. He really feels awkward on the tee because it's so far left to right, but...
Spike forehand hyzer?
Like kind of flatter.
Flatter,
No
okay.
spike. This Gigi's sidearm.
Yeah, the backhand forehand.
So it's just trying to miss this guardian.
Yep.
After that, it's wide open.
Yeah, like that too.
Could have push a little more left to right, but
Sure.
happy with that.
But yeah, that's in that 20 to 25 range at least, I would think we were talking about before. Chris, just a little high, a little inside.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to speak too soon, but looks like it shouldn't be too hard to get up and down on this one. Cam?
Yeah, I think he's in a pretty good spot to salvage that.
Pushes it nicely. Oh, just scoots a little long though, so not... Oh, and maybe I did speak a little too soon for Chris. It looks pretty challenging in there. Oh, nobody fights out, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a little thicker in there than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, just play it in here and scoot up, like get your skip, miss the tree. Should give yourself a putt.
Yeah. Greg, another birdie. I'm shocked.
From range, he's gonna run it in.
Yeah.
He's adding them up.
He sure is, yeah. Ooh. And Cam scoots one in there. It's got to feel nice to have one go his way after a few that slid off the wrong direction.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. It's a cool little backslide.
Yeah. And nice putt for you there as well.
Thank you. Yeah. Had a few moments where it felt all together and needed another coffee or something. the other holes.
Yeah. Came out a little wobbly, but in there just the same.
In a safe par.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do we got going on here?
Okay, not massive distance again, but very technical in terms of placement. You want to right to left hyzer into that area there, and then I was approaching more from the left side.
Yep.
Which is kind of what we're looking at here, curling it left to right. So a righty backhand, righty forehand.
Yeah. Okay, that's just what I was thinking. Maybe. Yeah.
Is good, and you don't need a lot of distance. But if you want to position A, just follow that straight.
Yeah. Wow. I was gonna say I would think sort of for me short backhand, short forehand, and I was like, that is a fast looking disc there from Greg, and he makes it look easy.
Yeah, he straighter T-bird and just had it on a nice hyzer up the gap.
I was wondering if that might be a little wide, and unfortunately it was.
Yeah, because from like the backhand here, it is tight.
Yeah.
Like, there's a tree, just first available kind of thing you want to not hit, and then but there's also those other ones, all up the right, which kind of force you.
Yeah. To have something that's really gonna want to move right to left as it gets into those trees. Mm-hmm. Looks like you're settled in a decent spot though, still in the middle of the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris skips back into the fairway nicely, I think.
Yeah, not really hitting anything.
Yeah. These local lines. You know something we don't. Cam's forehand roller seems to get away from a little bit to the right. We'll see when we get up there.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of work on the right side.
You were in a good spot there for the, well, I shouldn't say a good spot, but at least a spot where that forehand line was still accessible. But it looked a little steeper than you would have liked, I'm sure.
Yeah, didn't quite get it, but it's a Good spot.
That was a great forehand there. Was that from Chris?
That's Chris, yeah.
Yeah,
He's getting
that's
getting
awesome.
up to a good look. And you can see my second shot on the left here, and here's Gigi's drive. And just to show you kind of context for...
Yeah, he bit off a lot
Great
there.
shot.
That was a great drive from him. Oh, wow, and Cam came all the way out.
So this is kind of what's on that other hole I was talking about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
wide open on the side of the hill.
Makes sense.
But again, the pin is open on the hill exposed side, so there's a bit of a line here for Cam to come back in.
Yeah, he finds his way back in nicely. And smart pitch up, rejected by the tree, but still
there,
right there for a tap in.
It's one of those that's like, it's not a big deal, but it's like, now I gotta think about it that much harder. 'Cause it was gonna be a tap in.
I was expecting it to be 5 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, and Greg's just a little high there. And now it's like, oh, it's 12 feet and there's a tree.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, and Cam back in nicely, right in range.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see he was going to have to straddle with that tree. It's a little unfortunate, but still to be looking at it after scooting out there, that's great.
Why are you doing that?
Forgot about that one.
Yeah. And to be 7 down with 3 or 4 putts that I wouldn't expect Cam to miss is
Definitely 3
yeah,
for so far, yeah.
yeah.
That is, easily 10. Right up there with Gigi, which is going to go to 11. Yeah, it's going to 11.
Wow.
11 through 17, yeah. That's pretty nice looking score.
That is a pretty nice looking score.
So one more left. We're going to head back out into from the woods on up top down out into the pin here, but par 3, 316.
Straight at it. Any OB or anything?
OB, it's an island.
Okay.
I believe it's an island, or there's lots of OB wrapped around, and a drop zone, and ripping right to left,
Okay.
kind of tail.
So you're thinking, right to left.
He's playing pretty wide here to
Yeah.
swing it, and then just pushed out.
Yeah, I'd be thinking pretty wide, pretty stable, and let the wind do a little bit of work for you.
Yeah, so I'm thinking a mid, going MD3, just gonna,
It's a relatively straight mid.
play safe. Yeah. Relatively straight, and kind of do the double bad shot. So like too much highs or too inside with the wind gone.
Yeah.
So.
But that was a pretty big skip it took. I thought even with it coming up in a place that I know you felt wasn't ideal, I still thought it was going to be well in play, and then it took those 2 big hops and
then off.
said see ya. And Chris looks like stays in bounds on the shorter and lefter side, but I think he's still in play there.
And then
and Cam going sidearm.
And this is the play for if you have it. This is what I went to in the next round, but yeah, like we're kind of like fighting the wind, fighting the uphill slope of the green. So it's just all the things that you want to do in terms of an approach onto that. The spotter's loving that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess looking at it too, there's a little bit more space on the right-hand side. So if you're pushing a forehand that's skipping left to right or coming in left to right, you get a little bit more to work with almost than right to left, at least when you look at where the basket is. Yeah.
Yeah, chances are you're going to stay in a lot better. And Gigi's just going to take that par.
Shakes his head and takes a par. Oh, poor guy. That's a pretty approachable drop zone, at least.
It's like just outside the circle,
Yeah.
so you can jump, but it falls away.
I was going to say it's on a bit of a hill, though, so calculated risk.
I was just not quite. Can you filming? Are you ready?
Can I
That's
tap
a
it in?
technical. That's a stroke.
Don't want him to get mad at me again.
Mm-hmm. Stay in his good books.
All right, Cam. Yes.
There it is.
Getting the birdie on the final hole of the round.
And yeah, taking him back to 7 down, which is still a very solid round.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And,
Gigi,
Gigi and Chris tapping out their threes.
Greg coming in,
Fist
11 down, 1,024 rated for the 11 down.
Yeah, that is a pretty gangster opening round of a tournament.
Oh,
And Cam is actually sitting at second place overall, 4 strokes back at 7 down.
Yep.
And Yeah, here we go. I was wondering if I was going to pop up. We're seeing Thomas and Nahan up top, which is great to see. And smattering of other names that I'm sure are familiar to some. Well, that was a fun first round. Where are we going next? Is it another round here at Eastview, or are we going to Vic Valley Park next?
We're going to come back for the round 2 Saturday afternoon of East Park. Or East Park.
Eastview. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys will grab some lunch. Whoever's watching will grab another beverage and come back. Thanks again to Chainlink, Chickadee, DNA, and Royal City. You guys are awesome. We will see you on the back 9. This is Galen Naidu-Harris.
Andrew Leyland. See you soon.
See ya.